I exposed my husband's secret $1.2 million betrayal on the courthouse steps in Los Angeles, and watched his entire world collapse in front of everyone who once believed him. My name is Elena, and for 12 years, I believed I was living a quiet, earned version of the American dream. We lived in Los Angeles. A modest but beautiful home in a tree-lined neighborhood. 2 cars in the driveway. Weekend farmers markets. Family barbecues. My husband, Marcus, worked in real estate investment. I worked remotely as a project manager, steady income, stable life. Nothing flashy. Just safe. Or so I thought. Marcus was charming in the way that made other people trust him instantly. He shook hands firmly, smiled easily, spoke confidently about long-term planning and legacy. People admired him. I admired him too. I trusted him with everything. Our savings, our future, my heart. Looking back now, the warning signs were there. Late nights. Phone calls he took outside. Documents he locked away. But when you love someone, you don't look for betrayal. You look for excuses. I was exhausted that year. My mother had been sick. Work pressure was heavy. I leaned on Marcus emotionally, believing he was my anchor. I had no idea he was quietly sawing the ground out from under my feet. The first crack appeared in the mail. A bank envelope addressed to Marcus and Elena, but inside, the balance didn't match what I knew we had. It was significantly lower. I assumed it was a mistake. I asked him casually that night. He smiled. Accounting lag. Nothing to worry about. The second crack was worse. A woman messaged me on LinkedIn. Not Instagram. Not Facebook. LinkedIn. Her message was polite. Professional. Chilling. Hi Elena. I believe we may have a shared financial interest. Please call me. When I did, my hands shook so badly I had to sit on the floor. She told me Marcus had been seeing her for over a year. That he promised her a future. That he told her he was divorced in everything but paperwork. Then she dropped the real bomb. He used our joint property as collateral. Without your knowledge. I laughed. A sharp, broken sound. That's not possible, I said. My signature would be required. There was silence on the line. Then she said very softly, Elena, I've seen the documents. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat in the dark, replaying every conversation, every moment I trusted him. My chest felt hollow. My body heavy. I wanted to believe it was all a misunderstanding. The next morning, I searched our county records. And there it was. My name. My signature. On documents I had never signed. I stared at the screen for a long time after that. My reflection looked unfamiliar, eyes swollen, skin pale, lips trembling like they didn't belong to me anymore. I kept whispering, this can't be real. This can't be my life. But the documents didn't disappear. The numbers didn't change. The truth stayed right there, heavy and unforgiving. That night, Marcus came home late again. He tossed his keys on the counter, loosened his tie, and talked about his day like nothing was wrong. I watched him from the kitchen, wondering how someone could lie so easily while standing just a few feet away from the person they were destroying. When he hugged me, my body froze. I could feel my heart pounding against his chest, and I wondered how many lies were beating inside him too. I excused myself to the bathroom and locked the door. I sat on the floor, knees pulled tight, trying not to make a sound as tears streamed down my face. I bit my hand to stop myself from sobbing out loud. That was the moment I almost gave up, almost convinced myself to stay quiet, to pretend I never found anything, just to keep my life from blowing apart. But then another thought hit me. If I stayed silent, I wouldn't just lose money. I would lose myself. Over the next few days, the betrayal kept getting worse. I discovered secret accounts. Loans taken in my name. Emails where Marcus joked about how clueless I was. Each new discovery felt like another punch to the chest. The humiliation hurt more than the money. He didn't just steal from me. He believed I was too weak to notice. And that belief, that's what sealed his fate. I broke down in my car that afternoon. I screamed. I cried until my throat burned. I seriously considered confronting him immediately, throwing papers in his face, demanding answers, begging for the truth. But then something inside me went cold. If Marcus thought I was ignorant, emotional, predictable, then I would let him keep thinking that. I contacted a lawyer. Quietly. A woman recommended by a friend who specialized in property fraud. She confirmed it in one meeting. Forged signatures, illegal transfers, financial manipulation totaling over $1.2 million. This is serious, she said. But we need evidence. And timing. So I played my role. I smiled at dinner. I asked about his day. I kissed him goodbye. Meanwhile, I collected bank statements, emails, messages, metadata. I met with forensic accountants. I documented everything. Marcus grew arrogant. He underestimated me completely. One night, he even joked, "You wouldn't survive without me handling the money." I nodded and mentally counted down. The courthouse steps in downtown Los Angeles were packed that morning. Reporters, cameras, legal staff. Marcus had no idea why he was being summoned. He thought it was routine paperwork related to an investment. I arrived separately, wearing a neutral coat, hair pulled back, a folder clutched tightly to my chest. When he saw me, his face drained of color. "What's this?" he whispered. I didn't answer. The investigator stepped forward. The lawyer spoke. The documents were read aloud. Forgery, fraud, illegal asset transfers, identity misuse. Then came the moment, the one that still plays in my mind like slow motion. I stepped forward, held up the forged deed, and said, loud enough for cameras to catch, "This is my name, and I never signed it." Marcus tried to speak. His mouth opened. No sound came out. The woman he had been cheating with stood frozen behind him, realizing she had been used too. That was the thumbnail moment. Me on the courthouse steps, holding the truth. While his lies collapsed in public, Marcus lost everything. His licenses, his reputation, his freedom for a time. The properties were frozen, restored, returned. The house is mine again. But more importantly, I got myself back. I learned that betrayal doesn't always come loudly. Sometimes it smiles at you across the dinner table. And revenge doesn't need screaming or violence. Sometimes justice is quiet, legal, and devastating. I no longer live in fear. I live in peace. And that is the strongest revenge of all.
Before you go, if this story moved you in any way, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Revenge Uncut. Your support truly means everything to us. Don't forget to leave a comment below. We read every single one, and your words help shape this channel more than you know. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can keep bringing you powerful, real, and unforgettable stories. Thank you for being part of this journey.